Okay, welcome back. I'm now going to do my previews for week 3 of the NFL season. I do apologize that this thing is a little crooked. Unfortunately, I'm not able to leave this tablet standing on its own. It just seems to fall over, so bear with me. So the Thursday matchup takes place in the AFC East as we have the New York Jets, who are sitting at 1-1, taking on the New England Patriots, who are also 1-1. I'm going to be a little bold and say the Jets get this victory, and their head coach has yet to win a Thursday night football game, so I will give him the nod in this matchup. So I will have my simulation as the forced home win. The next game takes place in Cleveland as the Browns are taking on the New York Giants. The Browns are sitting at 1-1. The New York Giants are still winless on the season at 0-2. Just because of the inconsistency of the Giants, I am going to take the Browns in this matchup. So I will force the home victory in this one. The Green Bay Packers are heading into Nashville to take on the Tennessee Titans. The Titans are sitting at 0-2. The Green Bay Packers are sitting at 1-1. Just because of the inconsistency of Will Levis, I have a hunch that the Packers are going to pull this one out. Doesn't mean the Titans can't win, but I have a funny feeling because of their inconsistent play, I am going to give the edge to the Green Bay Packers. The Indianapolis Colts are coming into this matchup sitting at 0-2, taking on the Chicago Bears, who are sitting at 1-1. Despite the fact the Bears have one win on the season, they have not looked that good, and Caleb Williams has been inconsistent to say the least. And I'm not sure if anyone ever caught their after-game encounter with C.J. Stroud, and C.J. Stroud was pretty much just trying to give Caleb Williams a little bit of advice. He kind of shrugged it off and looked like he was extremely uninterested in listening. But when you think when you're a rookie quarterback, you want to listen to anybody that approaches you and take their advice in. So I'm going to give the edge to the Colts in this matchup. I believe they should get their first win of the season. The Minnesota Vikings, who are shockingly 2-0, are also taking on the Houston Texans, who are 2-0. I'm going to give the edge to C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans. They just seem to be a very good team. There's a reason they won the AFC South last year, and I have a hunch they could possibly go back-to-back years. Quite possibly the most intriguing, or one of the most intriguing matchups, has the New Orleans Saints, who are off to a red-hot 2-0 start, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 1-1. Despite the fact that the Saints have been absolutely dominant through 2 weeks, they are the favorite, but I'm going to go with the Eagles in this game. The Pittsburgh Steelers are playing host to the Los Angeles Chargers, two teams that are 2-0. For the Chargers, I'm not surprised that they're 2-0. For the Steelers, I certainly am. The fact that they are the top team in the AFC North over the Ravens and the Bengals, respectively, it's hard to believe. They probably should win this matchup, but on paper, I will give the edge to the Los Angeles Chargers and Justin Herbert. And there's something about Jim Harbaugh, or John Harbaugh, one of those two coaches who is the new one for the Los Angeles Chargers. He seems to know a thing or two about winning in the NFL, even though it's been a long time since he's been a head coach of a team in the league. My Denver Broncos are heading into Tampa Bay. The Broncos are still winless on this season, 0-2, taking on Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa should get the victory. It should be an easy win. It sucks because I would love the Broncos to get back into a winning season. It's been almost a decade since they've had a winning record, and it kills me inside. But hey, it's the decade of darkness. Alrighty, the Las Vegas Raiders, who got a huge win last week in week number 2 against the Ravens, are taking on the winless Carolina Panthers. I'm going to give the edge to the Las Vegas Raiders in this matchup only because Panthers are struggling to say the least, and I would honestly be shocked if they got more than 2 wins. They only got 2 wins last year. They're looking like a very bad team, and I think they still will be in the basement of that NFC South, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. So I will give the edge to the Raiders in this matchup. The Miami Dolphins are heading into Seattle to take on the Seahawks. The Seahawks are 2-0. The Dolphins are 1-1. If you're a fan of the Dolphins, you must be just cringing right now because obviously after the concussion that Tua received last week in the Thursday night game, it's looking like he's going to be out for a significant amount of time. And the Seahawks seem like they got their ish together, if I'm going to be PG about this. So I will give the 12th man the edge in this matchup. Alrighty, the Dallas Cowboys are sitting at 1-1, and the Baltimore Ravens are still winless on the season. Despite the fact that the Cowboys are the home team, I wish I could get this video to stay still. I am going to give the edge to the Ravens. Third time's the charm. I picked the Ravens the last 2 weeks, and it's come back to haunt me. And they need to get a win in Dallas if they want to be able to get a winning format, if you want to say, for this upcoming season. I mean, they made it to the AFC Championship last year. They have Lamar Jackson, the reigning MVP. They have to be a better team, and they have to start winning. If they go 0-3, it's going to be hard to go back and be atop of that AFC North, especially if the Steelers are 2 games ahead of them. They're obviously arch rivals. An NFC West battle is taking place in Los Angeles as the Rams are playing host to the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers got upset last week by the Minnesota Vikings, and there's no Christian McCaffrey for at least 3 or 4 more weeks. I say the Rams finally get their first win of the season, and I believe both these teams will be 1-2 at the end of this contest. The Arizona Cardinals are playing host to the Detroit Lions. Both of these teams are sitting at 1-1. I'm going to give the edge to the Lions in this matchup. Obviously, they had a bitter loss last week at home. They're looking to get back on track, and I believe they truly can get their second win of this season on the road. The Sunday night matchup takes place in Atlanta as we have the Falcons playing host to the Kansas City Chiefs. Shockingly, the Falcons are 2-0. The Chiefs are 2-0 as well. I'm going to give the edge to the Chiefs in this one. As a Broncos fan, it just kills me every time they have a successful year, and obviously they're back-to-back Super Bowl champions for a reason. I just have a hunch that they're going to get the win in Atlanta. Something that's a little intriguing is that there's 2 games on Monday night. The Bills are playing host to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Bills are sitting at 2-0. The Jacksonville Jaguars are still winless on the season, 0-2. I believe that trend is still going to continue. I believe the Buffalo Bills should get their 3rd win of the season. They should improve to 3-0, and the Jaguars, I believe, will drop to 0-3. And the second game from Monday night takes place in Cincinnati as the 0-2 Bengals are playing host to the Washington Commanders, who are sitting at 1-1. I'd be very surprised if the Bengals dropped to 0-3. I mean, it is possible, but the fact that they still have Joe Burrow on the team and Jamar Chase, a fantastic quarterback wide receiver duo in this league, the fact that they're still winless on the season is mind-blowing. It's not new. They were 0-2 last year and possibly the year before, if I'm not mistaken, but they were for sure 0-2 last year. Heading into week number 3, they want to get rid of that trend, and I believe the Bengals should finally get their first win of the season. So those are my predictions for week 3 of the NFL season. As you can see on the screen, I have chose a home and away team, and we'll see how I do. After 2 weeks of my predictions, I am 24-8, which isn't too bad for my predictions, I guess, and who actually won. Alrighty, as always, if you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, feel free to hit the sub button. I'd be very grateful and very appreciative. Until next time, and as always, take care.